What do senior citizens, athletes, and people recovering from surgery or illness have in common? As it turns out, they all need extra protein. Protein is important. Everyone knows they need it in their diets. Protein provides structure to all your organs, ligaments, fingernails, and hair. It builds your muscles and moves oxygen through your body in the form of hemoglobin. Not surprisingly, not everyone gets enough. What is surprising, though, is who comes up short. Obviously, anyone engaging in a strenuous physical activity, such as athletes, need more than the average person. But so do people who have been ill for an extended period of time, people recovering from surgery or injury, and senior citizens to counter the accelerating muscle loss that many people face as they age. So how do you get that protein? Well, the first things that come to mind are things like meat, pork, poultry, fish, dairy, whey, egg, and soy. Unfortunately, although they're all good sources of protein, they all present problems for people who need extra protein. Meat and pork are only about 20% usable protein by weight, which means you need to eat a lot of them. And unless you're eating free-range or organic, they're often loaded with hormones and antibiotics. Poultry is actually more concentrated than meat, but unless you're eating organic, it contains large amounts of antibiotics, arsenic. Oh yes, arsenic is a government-approved additive to poultry feed. And of course, chicken leukosis cancer tumors. You'd probably rather avoid that, wouldn't you? Fish, unfortunately, is now either contaminated by heavy metals in the ocean or farmed using massive doses of antibiotics. Dairy is one of the leading causes of food allergies, often revealed by the constant sounds made by heavy dairy consumers. We're talking about the sound people make when sucking down excess postnasal drip and the sound people make when they're constantly clearing phlegm from their throats. This is not great for athletes, and neither is the increased gas and bloating that many people experience on dairy. And even worse, people's ability to handle dairy tends to diminish as they age. This is kind of a bummer for senior citizens who need increased protein in their diets but can't tolerate the dairy-based protein boosting alternatives commonly offered them. Whey, of course, is just another form of dairy. Yes, the lactose and casein have been removed, but the beta-lactoglobulin, alpha-lactalbumin, and bovine serum albumin, which are all highly allergenic, have actually been concentrated. Excess gas isn't much fun, and when you're cycling up a hill, a steady stream of flatulence doesn't actually propel you up any faster. As for eggs, they're highly allergenic and they make for very smelly gas, and despite all of the marketing on its behalf, soy is not a great alternative. Some 28 different proteins have been identified in soy that have been found to be highly allergenic. In fact, the more soy protein you eat, the more likely you are to develop allergies to it, and the more severe those allergies are likely to become. Now, you've probably noticed that in our discussion of protein so far, the word allergies keeps coming up. Is that a big deal? You bet it is. In fact, in 2004, the U.S. Congress passed the Food Allergen Labeling and Consumer Protection Act, which requires labels to identify if a product contains any of the 8 foods or food groups that have been singled out as major allergens. The high allergy groups are milk and all its byproducts such as whey, eggs, fish, shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, and soybeans. That's pretty much everything that people use for protein supplements, right? So what do you do if you need extra protein? In fact, most people just ignore the gas and bloating and postnasal drip and use dairy, whey, or soy in the form of powders or ready-to-use drinks. That's just not good enough. There's got to be an alternative that provides high-quality protein, is essentially allergy-free, that tastes good, and works for athletes, people looking to rebuild, and seniors. And there is. It's a blend of rice and pea protein. Rice and pea proteins are made by grinding them into a flour, adding water, and then using natural enzymes to separate out the carbohydrates and the fiber. The end product is 80 to 90% pure, hypoallergenic, easily digested protein. In fact, this combination has a total absorption ratio of close to 98%. When used in combination, rice and pea protein offer a protein efficiency ratio that rivals dairy and egg, but without their potential to promote allergic reactions. So the question is, are you interested in a protein powder that tastes great, can be used in drinks, smoothies, added to hot cereal, and even added to muffin mixes and baked goods, and that gives you 25 grams of 90% bioavailable protein per scoop? Are you interested in a protein that is easy to digest, hypoallergenic, non-burping, non-bloating? Are you looking for a protein that doesn't cause indigestion, diarrhea, constipation, gas, or allergies? Do you insist that your protein contain no antibiotics, no GMOs, no estrogens, no cholesterol? Well, there really is one protein supplement that does it all. And if you answered yes to any of these questions, then you'll want to know about NutriBody protein. This deliciously sweet blend of organic, sprouted brown rice protein and non-GMO pea protein is non-bloating, low glycemic with no artificial sweeteners, has an optimized amino acid profile, contains no antibiotics, GMOs, or soy estrogens, and no cholesterol. NutriBody is perfect for athletes, seniors, and people recovering from illness or surgery, anyone with a need to accelerate the building of muscle mass. NutriBody protein contains an optimized amino acid profile that provides high muscle energy and optimized nitric oxide levels. NutriBody reduces lactic acid and ammonia buildup in your muscles, while at the same time improving ATP and phosphocreatine recovery. And NutriBody protein contains citrulline malate for improved aerobic performance and capacity, while at the same time reducing fatigue and allowing athletes to train longer. If you're an athlete looking for something extra in your protein supplement, then click below. If you're a senior looking for an easily digested protein source that doesn't cause gas or bloating and can help you retain your muscle mass rather than watching it waste away before your eyes year after year, then click below. If you're recovering from illness or surgery and need a good protein source to help you rebuild your lost muscle tissue, then click below. If you're just looking for an all-natural, biodigestible, performance-enhanced, hypoallergenic vegan protein source that's free of dairy, whey, and soy, then click below.